Hello guys, it's been a long time since I've uploaded and I guess since I'm waiting for my code to load, I thought I'd do something fun. So I guess I'm gonna test my knowledge on some geography. So I know that Liechtenstein is this tiny one, Spain is this one, Malta is this one, San Marino is here, Togo is between Benin and Ghana, Guatemala is the one right under Mexico. Uganda's right here. It's the largest country in Africa. Denmark is the one that includes Greenland. So Dominican Republic is the one next to Haiti, so it must be this one. Kyrgyzstan is right under Kazakhstan. Cuba looks like a Cuban cigar. Honduras is right next to Guatemala, so it must be this one. Iceland is quite isolated, so it's right here. Vietnam is next to Laos, but under China, so it must be here. Tunisia is between Algeria and Libya, so this one must be too. Brunei is tiny, so it must be this one. Greece is here. Thailand is right above Malaysia, so it's this one. Belgium is between Germany and France, so it's this one. Kuwait is this one. Nicaragua is the large one right under Honduras. Bahrain is this one. Grenada, okay, this one's tricky. So I know this one is Trinidad and Tobago, so this one must be Grenada. Jamaica is this tiny island right here. Dominica is the one under Antigua and Barbuda. So Barbuda, sorry, Antigua and Barbuda, so it must be this one. Tanzania, I've been there before, so it must be this one. Ukraine is one of the largest countries in Europe, so it must be this one. Uruguay is this one. St. Lucia is a bit tricky because it's quite small, so I think it's right under Dominica, so it must be this one. Saudi Arabia is quite large, it's this one. Laos is right between Thailand and Vietnam, so it must be this one. Kazakhstan is a large country and it's right under Russia, so it's this one. Costa Rica is right above Panama, so it's this tiny one here. Slovenia is right above Croatia, so it's this one. So Chiles is an island, and it must be this one. Georgia is right next to Armenia, so it's this one. Czech Republic is here. New Zealand is quite easy, it's quite isolated, it's right here. Ecuador, okay. I think this is Peru, so this one must be Ecuador. Maldives is tiny. Uh, India is this one, obviously. Chad is right next to Sudan, so it must be this one. Mozambique is this one. Zimbabwe is right under Zambia, so it's this one. Armenia is right under Armenia is right under Georgia, so it must be here. Lesotho is within South Africa, so it's this one. El Salvador is this one. Barbados is one of the only islands that are isolated from the other ones, so it must be this one. Albania is right here. Canada is quite easy. Benin is between these two, so it must be this one. Switzerland is here. France is easy. Somalia is okay. There are a lot of pirates in Somalia, so it must be a coastal country. So it's this one. South Africa is obviously the south of Africa. Bahamas is these islands. Ivory Coast is a little bit tricky. It's this one. Okay, Federal State Micronesia is right here. Lithuania is lowest one from, so it's lowest. So it's Lithuania, Latvia, and Estonia. So this one must be Lithuania. Mali is this one. Oman is right next to Yemen and under, I guess, kind of under Saudi Arabia. So it must be this one. Peru is this one. Madagascar is isolated, so it's quite easy. Montenegro is tiny, so I think it's this one. Oops, let me click it properly. Rwanda is right under Uganda, so it's that one because they sound very similar. So Rwanda, Uganda, so that's another way to remember it. Tajikistan is under Kyrgyzstan, so it's right here. Indonesia is quite large and it's I think it's like one of the most populated countries in the world. It's like fifth, I think. So it must be this one. Kiribati is has a very strange shape, so it's this one. Mauritania is right next to Mali, so it's this one. Djibouti is this tiny one here. South Sudan is right under Sudan, so it's this one. Portugal is right next to Spain. Japan is easy, it's this one. Democratic Republic of the Congo is one of the largest countries in Africa, so it must be this one. Sierra Leone is a bit tricky. It's right next to Liberia. I get confused between these two. I think it's Sierra Leone is this one. Bosnia and Herzegovina, Herzegovina, very interesting name. So it's right here. Zambia, as I said, it's right above Zimbabwe, so it's this one. Malaysia, okay, it's quite easy to remember this one because Singapore is here and Malaysia is right above Singapore, so this is Malaysia. Mauritius is an island, so it must be this one. Tuvalu is a bit tricky, but how I remember it, it is the center of all the oceanic islands, so this one must be Tuvalu. Nepal is this one. I guess I have a funny story. My friends always say, well, some of my friends say the reason why they call it Nepal because they look like nipples. But the problem is, I told them if if your nipples look like that, you should definitely go see a doctor. So it's like I know that this is Nepal. Eswatini is within South Africa, so it's this one. Serbia. Serbia is this one. Whoops, not that one. Next to Bosnia and Herzegovina, so it's this one. Chile, I guess it's easy to remember because it looks like a chili pepper, so it's this one. North Korea is right under China, so it's this one. Latvia is right above Lithuania and under is Estonia, so it must be this one. Eritrea. I actually don't know how to pronounce that, but it's the one next to Djibouti, so it must be this one. Sweden's easy, it's quite large. Luxembourg is tiny, but it's right between France, Germany, and below, what's it called? Below Belgium, so it must be this one. Central African Republic is quite easy. It's literally in the center of Africa, so it's right there. Palestine is really tricky, so this one must be Lebanon, so this one must be Palestine. Papua New Guinea is easy, it's right next to Indonesia. Ghana is between Togo and this Ivory Coast, so Ghana's here. Turkmenistan is right under Uzbekistan, so it must be here. So what's interesting is all these countries here. So this one, this one. Actually, these general countries all are end in stan. So it's Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. So it's quite easy to remember. Poland, I have friends from Poland, so this is definitely Poland. Malawi is this, well, I guess this worm-like figure here. Panama is easy because people always talk about going through the Panama Canal. So this is the Panama Canal. So it connects, I guess, South America to North America. So it's this one. Belize is this one. Cambodia. It's between Vietnam and Thailand. So this and used to be called Kampuchea. So this one. Mexico is easy. It's right under the United States. Salvatore. Okay, this one's a bit tricky, but it's right. It's the island right next to, I think this is Gabon. So it's the island right next to Gabon. Guinea is quite tricky. It's this one. Cameroon is right above Gabon, so it must be this one. Saint Vincent and Grenadines is quite tricky. I think it's this one. Vatican City is quite easy. It's right, well, not below, but it's in Italy, so it's this one. Mongolia is quite easy. It's the country sandwiched between China and Russia, so it's this one. Argentina is quite easy as well. It's this one. Netherlands is the one above Belgium, so it's this one. Palau, okay, Palau is also quite interesting. It's the one right next to Federal State Micronesia, so it's to the left, so it's this one. Senegal is an interesting structure because it's the only country that borders the Gabon, so it's this one. Belarus is this one. Russia is easy, it's the largest country in the world. Venezuela, I have friends from Venezuela, so I know where that is. Slovakia, so what's interesting is I guess this entire country was called Czechoslovakia. So I know that this is the Czech Republic, so this must be Slovakia. St. Kitts and Nevis is the highest, well, not the highest, but I guess if we look at this line, it's the top of the Caribbean islands, so it must be this one. Marshall Islands is right next to federal state Micronesia. East Timor is, I think it's in, well, it's somewhere in Indonesia, so it's close to Indonesia, so it's right here. Moldova is a bit tricky. So Moldova is between Ukraine and this one is Romania. So this is Moldova. Burkina Faso, this one. I remember this country because people used to ask me what is the capital of Burkina Faso, and I thought the name was really interesting. It's like Ouagadougou, so it's an interesting country. Austria. So okay, how I remember it is back then, I think in like World War I, people used to call Austria and Hungary Austria-Hungary. So this must be Austria, and the one next to it must be Hungary. So Cape Verde, this one's a bit tricky. I think it's an island, so it must be this one. Equatorial Guinea. Okay, I always get confused. This one's tricky. I can get confused whether this is Equatorial Guinea or this is Equatorial Guinea because they're quite similar. But I think it's called Equatorial Guinea because it's quite close to the equator. So I think it's this one. Uzbekistan, as I said before, it's right under Kazakhstan. So these are all called all and in stan. So this one must be Uzbekistan. Colombia is easy. It's this one. Namibia is also quite easy. It's this one. The Gambia. Okay, this one's tricky. It's this. It's this tiny country within Senegal. So it's this one. Republic of the Congo. And an easy way to remember it is this is the larger one is Democratic Republic of the Congo, and the one to the left is Republic of the Congo. Angola is this one. Sudan. Sudan is this one. Estonia, as I said, is the between the three countries like Lithuania, Latvia. Estonia is the highest one, so it's this one. Niger. Okay, how I remember it is Niger and Nigeria are very similar. So the top one is Niger and the bottom one is Nigeria. So this is Niger. Libya is easy. It's right next to Egypt, so it's this one. Haiti is right next to Dominican Republic, so it's right there. Guinea-Bissau. Okay, this is the one that I nearly got confused with Equatorial Guinea. So this one must be Guinea-Bissau. Israel is quite easy. It's not easy, but I guess it's quite distinguishable because it's right here. So it doesn't really border that many countries. So it's this one. Iraq is definitely this one because this one's Iran. And I remember that Iran is larger than Iraq and they're right next to each other. So this one must be Iraq. Qatar. Qatar is this one. Burundi. Okay, Burundi's right under Rwanda, so it's this one. Pakistan is this one. Okay, Andorra. Andorra is tiny, so it must be this one. Nigeria. So this one must be Nigeria. Syria. Where's Syria? Syria is right above or below. No. Syria is this large one here. Egypt is this one. Suriname is okay. Suriname is tricky. I think this is Guyana and this one's Suriname. Sri Lanka. Okay, how I remember it, people call it the teardrop of India, so it must be this one. Vanuatu. Vanuatu is okay. It's a bit confusing because these two look very similar. So if I remember correctly, these are the Solomon Islands, and this is Vanuatu. Ireland is right next to the United Kingdom, so it must be this one. Bulgaria is right under Romania, so it's this one. Tonga. Tonga is right under Samoa, so it must be here. Bolivia is this one. I guess I remember this one because I enjoy watching a TV show called Doctor House, and there was an episode where they said there were diseases. Basically, Bolivia and Brazil have different languages, and I remember they said in Brazil chestnuts. Uh, no, sorry, Bolivia chestnuts are chestnuts, but in Brazil it's castanha do Pará. So they must be very, very close together. So I must be this one. So Monaco is okay. Monaco is kind of easy to remember because it's the one, I guess, the only small country that is bordered by only one country. So it's bordered by France only. So it's this one. Botswana is quite easy as well. It's right above South Africa, so it's this one. Italy is easy. It's this one. Myanmar. I mean, I've been there before, so I know where that is. Yemen. Yemen and Oman. So right next to Oman is Yemen. So it's this one. Morocco. Morocco's easy. It's this one. I actually don't know why this is highlighted out. I think that's the Western Sahara, but I'm not sure if Morocco is part of the Western Sahara, but I don't know. Guyana is this one. Bhutan, okay, Bhutan is the one right next to Nepal. Singapore, this one. Very nice country. I've been there before. It's quite clean, I would say, and quite uh everyone there is very, very civilized. So I really like Singapore. Germany's easy. It's this one. Liberia. Okay, this is the one that I got confused between Sierra Leone. So this one must be Liberia. Philippine Islands. It's right here. Iran, the one directly next to Iraq. So it must be this one. Hungary. So I said this is Austria. This must be Hungary. Oops, I can't click it. Turkey. Turkey is this one. Solomon Islands. Okay, Solomon Islands. As I said, it's the one right next to Papua New Guinea. So it's this one. Cyprus. Okay, this one's really tricky. It's this tiny one. Samoa. Okay, Samoa is a tiny island, so it's the one above Tonga. So it must be this one. North Macedon. I actually don't know why it's called North Macedon because it's not really north of, it's not really that north in Europe, but I have no idea. But yeah, this one's no. Bangladesh. Okay, Bangladesh is between India and Myanmar. So this is Bangladesh. Finland is easy. It's this one. Norway, this one, where Magnus Carlsen plays. I mean, Magnus Carlsen was born, so I like chess, so I definitely know where Norway is. Lebanon. Where's Lebanon? Lebanon is right above Israel, so it must be that one. Nauru is kind of in the center of these islands, so it's this one. Ethiopia is this one. Jordan is right here. UAE, it looks kind of like a U, so it's that one. Fiji is right here. Gabon, interesting, this one. Azerbaijan. Uh, I guess I also remember where Azerbaijan is because there was another episode of House where they ask uh, the newbie what the capital of Azerbaijan is, and I guess I really wanted to know where Azerbaijan is, so I know this is Azerbaijan. China, I mean, I'm from Hong Kong, so I kind of know where China is. So it's this one. Croatia. Croatia. Okay, this one is really easy to remember because Croatia, if you, I guess I can zoom in a little bit, right? It kind of looks like, whoops, I zoomed in a lot. Kind of looks like a C. So Croatia is, yeah. Afghanistan, okay, let me zoom out a little bit more. Zoom out. So Afghanistan is right next to Pakistan. So this one, Australia is easy. It's this one. I have a lot of friends from Australia. Romania is this one. Cosmoros is a Comoros, sorry, not Cosmoros, called Comoros is an island, so it must be this one. South Korea is easy. Our brother just went to South Korea. Antigua and Barbuda is right here. Brazil is the largest country in South America, so it's this one. Kenya is, well, I don't want to say it, but it kind of looks like, yeah, it's kind of like below the Horn of Africa, so this is Kenya. United Kingdom is easy. I have a lot of friends from the United Kingdom. Trinidad and Tobago is this tiny, well, not tiny, it's one of the largest ones here, but this is Trinidad and Tobago. So United States is this one. Um, I'm part American, so I know where United States is. Paraguay is this one. And yeah, that was fun.